We're going to begin this hour with breaking news out of the G7 summit in Italy. Canada has announced this morning it will pitch in billions of dollars as part of a new plan to help Ukraine in its war with Russia. The money will come from frozen Russian assets. Now, here are images as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau arrives and stands alongside the leaders of the world's richest economies. This is the family photo, as it's known. They are discussing today the details of a massive loan to support Ukraine. Ashley Burke is in Italy to cover the summit, and she's going to lead off our coverage on this plan this hour.
The Prime Minister and G7 leaders are finalizing the details of a new agreement to help Ukraine. They plan on using the interest from billions of dollars in frozen Russian assets, mostly in Europe, to secure a $50 billion U.S. bank loan for Ukraine. A Canadian government official says Canada is now prepared to contribute $5 billion in funding to that plan. This announcement comes ahead of Justin Trudeau's meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy today at a critical time. Russia has made gains on the battlefield, and Zelenskyy is in urgent need of everything from weapons to ammunition and money. Also on the agenda today, G7 leaders are expected to talk about the conflict in the Middle East and development in Africa. At a time when Ottawa's strategy for the continent is overdue, it was promised 2 years ago. Experts warn Canada is at serious risk of becoming irrelevant in Africa if it doesn't come out with its plans soon. Trudeau is also holding meetings with the Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz, and French President Emmanuel Macron. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Bari, Italy.
Ukraine's war with Russia is also the main issue at the NATO defense ministers meeting going on in Brussels today. Canada's defense minister, Bill Blair, has said this morning Canada will send thousands of rocket motors to Ukraine, something Ukraine has been requesting of Canada for months now.
Announcing that Canada will provide Ukraine with 2,300 Canadian Rocket Vehicle 7s, or CRV rocket motors. And this equipment was formerly used by the Royal Canadian Air Force on our CF-18 aircraft. And over the past several months, we've been testing these rockets to ensure their viability, following requests from the Armed Forces of Ukraine for this equipment. And we are continuing to test an additional 80,000 of these CRV-7 rockets, and pending the results of those tests, we intend to ship more packages of these motors to our Ukrainian partners in the future.
Blair also says Canada will send 130,000 more rounds of small arms ammunition, as well as 29 remote weapon systems that can be mounted on armored vehicles. He also said the first 4 of a total of 50 new combat support vehicles are headed to Ukraine this week. Canada is under pressure to boost its military spending ahead of the major NATO summit scheduled for next month in Washington.